All right, car is officially in. It's backed in. Starting to take the front of this apart. Gonna take the radiator support off. Gonna pull this fender off. It's got to come off anyway. It'll be easier to get the motor out. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Gotta go with the engine crane. Gotta pull all this trim off, all this off, take tires off, put my, well, won't put any tires on it right now. Still got to get underneath, pull the drive shaft, undo the trans mounts and the motor mounts, and then really it should come out. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right in the back of the old Ford and bring it up to the scrapyard. So all in all, it went good today. We got everything primed, the fender and the hood. I got to show you this. So I'm taking things apart, and this is what I'm like, what in the world are people doing when they're doing things? But also, I got to show you this. You got to love the factory. So the factory drills, it's about a 1-inch hole there to get the front headlight harness out. I get to where the headlight things are, and they don't fit through the hole. So I guess they're assembled once they're gone through. I don't know. So probably just cut the harness because I'm going to probably replace it anyway. But this thing's got all kinds of wiring issues. There's, as you can see, there's things cut everywhere, and I pretty much know where everything goes on these. They're very simple, but you can get a new harness. So I'll either rebuild this one or just get a new one. I mean, I'll see how much they are. But like I said, pulling this harness all out, getting this stuff all undone. I'm going to pull this radiator support on. We still got to do a lot of work there. But I'll pull the front bumper, and we'll get that motor out. All right, we will show you when we're pulling it. All right, so I wasn't going to show this part, taking this stuff off. Well, obviously I'm not taking it off. It's already off. Radiator support, bumper, fender came off. I just wanted to show you. This is all the stuff that came out of the fender because the cowl screen, I guess, was gone, and it sat outside and it just filled everything. Surprisingly, this isn't rotted through, which is pretty amazing. And this bottom piece, I had to cut these bolts off. I had to use the cutoff wheel, cut them off, but all this is really solid, which I'm really surprised. See, the door is rotted in there. So I guess we're gonna have to do something with that. We don't have any more parts doors, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do there, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. But all in all, it went pretty well. Like I said, I had to cut a couple bolts off, but everything else came off. Like I said, it's just easier taking the radiator support off and everything to pull this motor, because it's got to come off anyway. So alrighty, so tomorrow we're going to get the engine crane this afternoon, and tomorrow morning we will pull the motor. Alright, just getting ready to pull the motor here. Think we have everything disconnected. We are up on jack stand, so it makes it a little more challenging, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. Coming up. Been working on it about a half hour. I've done probably 100 of these. I used to do it back in the day all the time. So transmission's unbolted, but the cross member's still in. I think I have to go under there and jack up the transmission and move the cross member. It is unbolted. I was hoping maybe it'd slide right out. I don't know. We'll see. All right, unfortunately I can't hold the camera and pull this. Well, I guess I can. But I'm gonna put the camera down. I will show you once we get it out. Hopefully we can get it up high enough. I see the exhaust is like where the manifolds are. See how they hang down there. But we'll get it out, another couple minutes, and we're loading it right in the back of the truck, going to the scrapyard. That's all the stuff I'm keeping. I'm not really sure what I'm keeping, but I pulled some stuff off, so we'll get it. I'll show you when it's out. And it's out. 5 minutes later. I was hung up because I had cut these exhaust pipes. I was hung up on the frame, but I just had to jack it up a little higher and drop the transmission down. So just as a do-it-yourselfer, remember when you jack that transmission up and everything, all the fluid's going to come to the back if you didn't drain it out. I have these plugs that I bought at the Englishtown swap meet about 30 years ago. I bought like a dozen of them for like 10 bucks, and I just use them in the transmissions because they work great. You stick them in there, have them for turbo 350s, turbo 400s, stick them in there, and then when you're done, I just pull the plug out and I just keep it in my toolbox. And like I said, I've had them for years. So engine's officially out. We are going to load it into the truck, and we're going to bring it to the scrapyard at some point. All right, we'll show you when we're done. All right, engine is out. Got a clear shot in there. Now's where the fun begins. So I'm not sure, whoop, a little bit windy. I'm not sure what we're gonna start on next. Probably trying to do that right now while I'm talking to y'all. I'm gonna put a little stuff on the body mount bolts in the front here. I got 3 of them out of the back, and one of them wouldn't come out. It was just spinning, and it's spinning up in the frame. So that's gonna be a challenge. But I don't know if we'll pull the body off the frame yet, or we'll start working on this quarter panel. Gotta still strip down some stuff. But yeah, we're getting there. That is all loaded up. That poor old Ford, she felt that when that got dropped in there. Not that it weighs that much, but it works out good. I put a block under there, and where I cut the exhaust off, it's perfect. It's just sitting in there. It doesn't it doesn't move. So I gotta pull my chain off, and that'll all go to the scrapyard. So I think early next week. It's supposed to be really nice starting tomorrow. We're going to try to clean out this center part of the barn. I got a lot of old construction stuff in there. That's going to be a couple-day project, and we'll get that done, make some room for more crap. So I might try to steal that dipstick out of there too. That's something that you need a lot. So all right, well, we'll show you progress when we get doing something else. Motor's out. All right, so we're stripping the rest of the body stuff down. We got the steering shaft out, got that out, that's over there. Got the heater box off, which it looks like it's been off before, because I don't think those, well, they could be factory runs, but disconnect our brake lines. Obviously we're gonna do new master cylinder. We just wrestled with the parking brake and the other 4 body bolts, and they actually came in. We still have one in the back that we're gonna have to cut off, and now we're gonna take the fuel tank out because that is connected to the body. So what I did do is I hooked my little pump up to the fuel line, and I pumped it into a 5-gallon can. It was like 4.5 gallons, so it worked out perfect. And I actually ran it through the filter. So I had put the fuel in there when I had bought it. So now I'll just run it in the lawnmower. Don't let it go to waste. So, all right, just wanted to show you, and I'm gonna pull this fuel tank out. Like I said, we gotta cut that 1 bolt, and then we gotta figure out exactly where we're gonna put the car, because once we roll the frame out from underneath, not moving it. So probably what I'll do is I'll pull it up, probably like I'll have the frame basically like touching the doors, and then because then the body will be back here, and that'll give me more room. So it'll just be, you know, this part of the body. So that'll be actually easier. I'll have to put stands or blocks over on this side, on each side, to hold the body up. But and then at least I got to make it so I can roll the frame out and roll the frame back in. So alrighty, we'll show you once we get the fuel tank out and get that other bolt cut, and show you what we're doing. Like I said, it's tight, but just goes to show you can do this at home if you want to. I mean, it is possible. It's a little more of a struggle, but It is a DIY, that's for sure.